What up, YouTube? It's your boy KOD back with a night ride video on my Wired Freedom. Going to the gym right now. It's 9 o'clock at night. I figured, you know what? Since I didn't really go to the gym today, I feel so bored. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the gym today. Just do a short ride. But as precaution, you know, you always want to, what I always say, if you're doing these rides at night, wear a reflective clothing so drivers can see you at night. And then make sure you do gotta like if your stock light's not bright enough, then get yourself an aftermarket light, like definitely. You do want to have a mirror too. There is no turn signals on here, but the rear light is really bright. And plus you get two of them, so that's double. Oh, someone lost a hubcap. You know what, we're not in a rush or anything. Let's go to the left. We're gonna go this way. I could have went one more street over. Oh well. I know someone in the comments is gonna be like, oh well, illuminated clothing is not gonna prevent you from getting hit. Nah, of course. Because people on YouTube be like that, man. They'll say something like that, and I'm like, dude, obviously, like, dude, of course it's not gonna prevent you from getting hit. It's not making you indestructible. Nothing stop. If there's an idiot driver, there's an idiot driver, period. So it's not really much. Ain't nothing gonna prevent you from getting hit, man. Even if you choose to ride on the sidewalk, which you shouldn't, you still there's still a chance that if a driver's that bad, they're gonna end up on the sidewalk and hit you still. So it's like, dude, there's a bunch of good drivers out there too. They're actually paying attention to what they're doing. So, I mean, it's just there for you, for the people that are actually going to pay attention. There are crazy people at night. Sometimes that's why we're going this way to the gym. We're not going the other way. I personally like going this way a little bit. I like going this way. It's like 2 minutes longer. However, it is worth it. I seen a crazy guy like drive near me. Like he had his whole right side mirror gone, and I was like, brother, you cannot be driving that. So what I did, I stopped off my bike. I got off my bike for like 5-6 minutes, just so he was gone, and then got back on my bike. It was on this street too. I was like, dude, there's no way you should be driving your car and you have one mirror and you don't have your right side mirror, which is really what you really you need both of them. Like, I don't know how you're just driving that. But riding at night, it's really not that bad. I was a little scared, I should say, my first time I rode at night. Oh, something smells. Stinks over here. They're doing construction right here still. But something smells like, I can't really describe it. It's like someone was like exhaust or something. I don't know. Someone's car is funky. Either that or there's a fire. But yeah, when I first started riding at night, I was scared a little bit, just because, you know, I didn't know about the cars and stuff. And at that time I didn't have a mirror too when I was doing it too. So now I'm actually used to it, because my buddy lives like kind of a ways away. And I've ridden home from his house to my house at night before, so I'm actually used to it now. So I'm just, I'm just used to it at this point. Like, obviously I take the precaution steps. I wear my safety stuff. I wear illuminated clothing. I actually want to get some LED lights, or some stickers. Some reflective stickers. I want to definitely get some on my tires, or if I end up selling this bike, I'll probably do it on the next bike. Just that. But again, we are on Pelasis 3. We don't use Pelasis 5 normally, because we want to conserve battery life. We don't want to be using all the battery life. But what I'm planning to do after this video is to do a range test and actually show like myself on Pelasis 5, and actually just show the range that you're expecting if you're just gonna be on Pelasis 5 the whole time. Because trust me, remember, the faster you go, the quicker your battery life's gonna go down, and you're gonna get less range. So you may get to somewhere quickly, but if you might not have enough battery life to make it back home, essentially. That's why I feel like most bike companies need to get out of the habit of selling a bike with only 20 amp hours on it, because they got like and especially the ones that are like, they're super powerful, like the 52 volts and 60 volts, like those ones especially. Like this one comes with 2 batteries. It's well worth the price, in my opinion. You're getting a 60 volt e-bike, a 45 amp controller with it, a 1500 watt motor that peaks to 3000 watts. It's just, honestly, I feel like it's just a better deal, especially for a 60 volt e-bike. Like, there's no really companies out there that I know of, that I'm aware of, that you can get a 60 volt e-bike with the same stuff on it for cheaper than $2,200. Like, this is just a perfect e-bike for the price, but it does have its fair share of cons. That being no horn for it, which you're gonna have to buy a horn on Amazon or something. There's no turn signals. Turn signals is not really a bad thing. Yeah, it isn't a bad thing that it doesn't have no turn signals, unless you're riding at night. At night, it could be like you're trying to ride at night and then you don't have turn signals. So honestly, I recommend you probably try to find some illuminated gloves or reflective gloves, so you can like hold your hand out and the cars can see it. Don't get one of those cheap ones. Get one of those ones where they like if they shine a light at it, it's gonna show up. They're gonna be able to see it. So that's one of the best ones you can get. Illuminated clothing at night is like the best thing you could have, honestly. Road's kind of bumpy. Again, it does have a rear shock suspension post, or whatever you call it. You can adjust it. I can't do it because I don't have the air pump. You need to use a regular hand pump, not an electric pump. Just use a hand pump to adjust it, and you gotta like twist the knobs like back and forth. I lost the book, but you could like look at it online though, so it's fine. I did have it like I moved one of the levers down at one point, just so like it bottoms out, so like when you sit on it, it drops down a bit. I felt like it was like, you know, I was riding for it for like a few days, and I was fine with it. I actually might just unlock it again, to be honest, because I feel like it's more comfortable like when it drops down, so like your weight's like leveled, I guess. But again, I can't really adjust it because I don't have the air pump. I could have kept on going. I don't know why I bothered stopping. I could have just kept on going. Yeah, so there's two switches. There's one right here, a blue one, and then the red one, but I don't know if you can see it. But just flip it down, so when it drags down, it sags down. I think it's making a rattling noise on my rack. I think my screw is loose. I think I just got to tighten my screw on my rack. Or because every time I notice I can hear it every time when I have the switch open. So, but riding with the switch open is honestly, it feels way more comfortable than riding it with it just locked up. It's not bad. Thank you, truck. Yeah, people will look out for you sometimes. You really do have to just trust the flow of traffic and trust in people, but just be cautious that people are going to do something dumb. But yeah, dude, y'all need to get if you get this Wired Freedom or whatever e-bike you do get. Oh my god, I think I'm dragging something. No, I'm good. Whatever e-bike you get, if you have these knobby tread tires, like Kinda brand or whatever, switch them out for some street tires. And here, let me stop right here real quick just to show you guys, because it is pretty dark. Music's pretty loud. Always make sure you put on pulse to 0 before you step off, because you don't want to accidentally like pull the lever when you're getting off. Dang, something on my eye. But yeah, you see how dark it is this way. It might be illuminated from the camera, but it's pretty dark. And then this is let me turn off the light. Okay. So you do get 2 taillights. So if you do, I'm going to post this bike probably like in a month on Facebook Market or eBay. But you could see like I cracked the light and there's a piece missing, but the bulb is intact, so it still works. So this is the bottom light, and then that's the top one. So it really is just, I think the battery's dying on this one. It just adds a little bit more to your light. So if I shut this off, then you just have that one, which is like a small tiny one, so it's not really gonna illuminate you, but this one is better. And then there's a mode where you can put flickering on, so like you can make it flicker like this, so people can just see it when you're riding. Cars can see it, so it'll flicker. But just to show you guys how bright the light is, so this is the stock light. The stock light is great, honestly. It's perfect. It's just like my aftermarket light, but it's not wide enough, and you can adjust it. It's like small, but you can adjust it though, like that. And I like it like just about right there. But just to show you guys how dark it gets. Boom, there's a car coming right now. But you get the gist of it. This is how dark it is, and then look at the light. Huge difference. It's a very bright light. It's a very good light. Show you guys my my aftermarket light. So it's about the same one. So that's the aftermarket one. So a little bit more wider than this, but honestly, you could really just ride without the aftermarket light if you don't want it. If you're wondering about how to get the speed to be accurate on the Wired Freedom, change your tire settings to 27.5, I believe it is. Whatever your tire size rating is, like in the settings, with the one that goes right after 26, put it on 27. I think it's 27.5 on this display, but put it on there. Your tire's gonna run. It's gonna run way more accurate than the stock. Than just having it set at 26. Because I noticed when I first got this bike that it was inaccurate. It was off by 2-3 miles. So I had to adjust the tire diameter settings, because sometimes you do need to raise it up like 1 or lower it 1 sometimes, depending on the bike. Usually, like, well, I don't want to say usually, because this is the first time I actually had a bike I could get back into the settings again. But I did have the Red Star, but the Red Star's old display they used to have, that one was horrible. It was a M, I believe it's an M5 display. That one sucked. But this is the one where like I could actually know what stuff does. But this one had to adjust. You have to put the tire diameter on 27.5. So right now it shows accuracy, so what you're seeing is accurate on the screen. Almost there. But yeah, guys, man, but I do want to sell this bike. I do want to get the walkie bike. I actually do want to get it. I've been dying to get a walkie bike. I got this bike. I didn't think the wheels were going to be that big, and then I didn't think not having a horn would be an issue, but it really is. I could just go through here right now. I gotta say, these mirrors are like good for like looking over 2 lanes, but not 3 lanes. So you just got to be very careful when you move over. A lot of cars. And just be willing to do some little maintenance on the e-bikes. Like, you're going to have to change your brake pads out. I say, like, if you're using your bike like every day, like pretty much I do, then about, I want to say 700 to 800 miles if you have a speedometer, or not speedometer, but a whatever, mile reader, whatever, I forgot what it's called. If you have one of those, then every 700 or 800 miles, take your tire off, both tires, look at your brake pads, see if it's worn down or not. If it's worn down, then if you got like no padding left on there, then just change your brake pads out. If you do got a little bit more, then you don't really have to change them out, because you know they say like if your levers feel like squishy, like you can squeeze them too easily, then you need to do a brake bleed. But that's not the case, because it could just be that you need to just replace your brake pads instead of doing a brake bleed. Because I had this bike, it hasn't even been a year since I've had this bike, and I had to do I thought I had to do a brake bleed, but what turns out is that the brake pads need to get changed. So what I did was, I figured, you know what, let me buy a brake bleed kit, just to get experience, so that way I don't have to eventually do it. So I got a kit. So the Gamma brakes, they don't have a designed, they don't have like really like a bleed kit out there for them necessarily. I think any will work if you know what you're doing, but the kit I had, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, dude, I followed some tutorial on YouTube, and the dude wasn't even doing it right. He was doing something else. I was like, bro. So Unfortunately, I had spilled fluid out on my rear tire, my rear line, and my front line. So I had to go to the shop, and that was not fun. I didn't have my bike for like a week. Couldn't ride my bike for a week, and it sucked. But luckily, I was out of school, so that was a good thing. But yeah, I'm ending it right there. Wire freedom at night. We made it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.